Stay tuned for another community-produced program here on Oshkosh Channel 10.
Hello, Packer fans. Welcome to Packer Talk with Green Show with my special guest, Jeff Earl, and his young gentleman's son, Benjamin. Glad you can make it, gentlemen. This show is brought to you by Ratchet's Pizza, a corner of Merritt and Bowen, the best pizza in town. So you had it, guys, down there. Audio Plus over there in Kohler Road, and Coca-Cola Distributing on Main Street in Oshkosh here. Thank you, gentlemen, for sponsoring the show. Gentlemen, we had a bye week, so I had to put a little bit fictitious tote board. I always have a tote board basically for every game we play this year. And the Packers played the NFL All-Stars this past bye week. And the tote board, the final score was 81-3. We showed that, baby. All Packers played that, baby. Time of possession, 49 minutes. They had 11. We'll give them 11 minutes that day. First downs, we had 32. They had 4, 1 a quarter. Total yards, we had 672. They had 40. We had 17 sacks. Reggie had about 4. And Sean Jones, a couple linebackers, Coons, and them guys had a couple 3 apiece. Favre was 30 of 31. I mean, what an immaculate day. 420 yards passing, all perfect. Defense had 9 turnovers, perfect. The Green Bay 7-0. On the other side, they had, like I said, Jenny Jones. He was no help at all over there. He played 4 ways: punter, passer, special teams, defense. He played all, and no help. Like the Dion, no good. He didn't help. They look good in pink though, and their tear ducts didn't work. They're, no tears. Sorry about that. They're 0-1. So, but anyway, on a serious note, gentlemen, we're going to talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up in Lambeau Field. Jeff and Ben, what do you think about this game? What do you see about this game coming up? After the bye week, we had to recuperate a little bit of healthiness. We got a little healthiness back here, and rest of our gentlemen ready for the second half of the season.
Well, I think it's a real good game to come back out of the bye with, especially with a couple of injuries we got going on right now. Bennett's a little banged up, and obviously with Brooks out for the year, it's a big loss. But it's a good game to come out on, but they can't take them lightly either because, you never know what may happen.
It's a divisional game, a conference game, and it's very important to keep the so-called momentum going, be 7-1, and before our next game is Detroit. Yes. Well, don't overlook the Buccaneers. No. Trent Dilford and Alvin Harper and Tony Dungy. He did beat the Minnesota Vikings a couple weeks ago down there, but he's coming up to Lambeau Field, and I guess we got to give him some respect, but
not a lot.
We're too talented for them guys.
No, I think overall, just about every position we got. Green Bay is a superior team.
Right.
I look for a big game out of Green Bay. I think the offense is, they're gonna try to push the running game a little more. I think, more. Especially with Brooks out, I think they're gonna go to the tight ends a lot more right now. I think they need to get Chimera back in the game a little bit. He's got like 5 catches this year so far, and they need to bring him back in the game.
Tight ends have been very ineffective for the Packer offense. Maybe we should give the Buccaneers our first 15 plays.
There you go.
We'll go down to a restaurant over here and we'll write them down in a script or something that I can autograph, and we'll send them down to Tony Dungy, huh?
I don't think it'll help too much.
What do you think about that? What do you think? Is that far-fetched, or what is it, all hype or media, or what was that?
I think it's more media joke than anything else. I don't really believe it. Packers even, the coaching staff got a hold of it to use it. If you'd even try to use it, chances are, if you get something like that, it's going to be a fluke. It's going to be something that maybe was planted. So you try to do all of a sudden they come out with the different plays. Next thing you know, they score a couple of touchdowns real quick.
Right.
So.
Well, I don't think. Oh no, Coach Holmgren and his staff, they didn't take that serious at all, and they went about their game plan as they see the game unfolding for them.
Right.
And we came out with a great win against the 49ers, and the better team did win that game. It was a very hard-nosed, that was a football game we played a couple weeks ago, gentlemen, on Monday night with the 49ers. It was a football game, physicalness, hard-hitting, toughness all the way through from the first second to the last second, and we came out with great Chris Jackie. You like Chris Jackie?
Yeah.
That field goal was going to be made about, what, 10 more yards? He probably could have made that hop then. He really hit that good, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I feel good for him. You know, he hasn't kicked a game-winning, so-called game-winning field goal or clutch field goals under Coach Mike since he's been there, and this is his first clutch game-winning field goal under Mike.
Yeah, I think I said going into this game that the Packers needed a close game to try something different. I mean, they lost the one game to Minnesota, and the other ones have been major blowouts. And I think they needed a game that was close, and well, they made it work out in the end. But I think it was a good learning point for them for the year, especially against a very good 49er team.
Yes, it's a character builder and a team booster, morale booster, and yes, it was. I'm glad that we had a close game at home against a great football team in the 49ers, with the physicalness of it and stuff. And Robert Brooks and Edgar Bennett, like you said, one out for the year, and Edgar got a little shoulder problem. But that was a football game, and a better team won that game. And respect maybe be coming toward the Green Bay Packers. How bad do you think the Packers are going to start getting respect now in the NFL?
Yeah.
You know, in fact, even that guy in Irvin, Texas, Michelle Irvin, even said there are dogs on the racetrack, and the Packers are rabbits. And they ain't going to catch the rabbits. They don't do it on the track, and they ain't going to catch us either. Right?
Well, I'll tell you what, the Cowboys first got to make the playoffs.
Yes.
And
with the Redskins and the Eagles doing well in their divisions, I mean, in the same division as the Cowboys, they're going to have to hope that one of the other divisions, you know, makes room for them.
I mean, the way the Vikings are going right now, they're looking to possibly make the playoffs.
Carolina's 5-2.
Carolina's right up there. You got Washington, Philadelphia.
Carolina,
so there's,
and 49ers.
and they're all ahead of Dallas.
Yes.
So, I mean, it'd be really bad if Cowboys missed the playoffs.
I got a question for you. Maybe I hope you know a little bit about football, right?
Yeah.
Who is the best team in Texas? No, do you know who the best team is? There's two teams that play professional football in Texas. Okay, do you have any idea, anything about what I'm talking about?
No.
The Houston Oilers, okay, do you know, you heard of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they are the best team in Texas. They are 5-2, no fans in the stands, but they're 5-2, and they're the best team in Texas. Okay, and he goes to Washington school, second grade, and I guess now there are a lot of Packer colors, and the teachers and everybody wears green and gold stuff once in a while, don't they?
Most of the time.
Most of the time, yes.
There's some Dallas and...
You don't sit next to them guys, do you?
No.
You don't talk to them, do you? Good boy, thank you very much. All right, love it. So anyway, I'm glad you came, Ben and Jeff, and like I said, it's good to have a bye and coming up to have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up here with Tony Dungy. They really don't have in All-Stott. I think the big fullback is number 4 at Purdue. So they have some weapons, but out of 1 to 10, they were probably 1 and we're 10. So I mean, they had to work it out for us.
They had the one good game against the Vikings, you know, and they actually looked very good that game. But other than that, they've been horrible. I mean, they've been just terrible.
Who's your backup quarterback behind Trent Dilfer?
I really couldn't even tell you.
I mean, are they going to be making a quarterback change or?
No, I think right now
they're going to suck it up and go through with the guy. Huh?
Right now, I think they're stuck with him. I think they got rid of a couple quarterbacks the last couple of years, and I think they're going to stick with him for now. And I don't think they're going to last too long with him. I think next year they'll be looking in the draft for somebody else to try again.
Eric Red still in disagreement, correct? He's not playing yet.
Yeah, he's still not signed.
And he's probably one guy they could probably use to help him out a little bit offensively. Is Eric Red? He's a pretty solid runner, but he's not playing, and so they really are depleted talent-wise. They don't have much, and I like Coach Dungy. He's a very good defensive coordinator and a very defensive-minded person, but they don't have enough. They just don't have enough, Jeff.
They don't have enough. No, they don't have enough players, good enough players, and they got a few here and there, but just not enough. And which is amazing, all the high draft choices they've had over the years that they can't build anything, but they've let a few players go. I mean, look where Steve Young came from.
Yes.
Came out of Tampa Bay years ago. So.
Right. You like the Packers jumping in the stands when they do that touchdown thing? Who's your favorite jumper besides me?
Robert Brooks.
Oh, okay, Robert Brooks. Unfortunately, Robert won't be able to do any more jumping. But these other guys, Antonio Freeman's a pretty good jumper, isn't he?
Yeah.
You think Gilbert Brown will ever be able to jump up there?
Nah.
No, I don't think so. Big Gilbert, I love you, baby, but no, I don't think you'll be able to maybe get a trampoline or some sort of springboard, but that's only you and me both, we need some help. So, but, we're, like I said, we're in a pretty good mood, Jeff. Packers are really doing well. We had 2 games at home now, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we have the Detroit Lions, which is another week down the road, but before we got that third, we got 3 road games in a row coming up after the 2 games at home. And I certainly believe that the Packers will be 8-1, Jeff, before they go on the road again.
Oh, I don't really have any doubt in that at all. Detroit has played well this year at home.
At home, they're a home team.
Exactly, but they go on the road, and that last week against the Raiders, they were down 34-0 before they even started playing, and they're on the road. They're terrible, and of course Green Bay is excellent at home.
Yes, so nobody will be undefeated at home. We got 5, and speaking of being home, we got 5 of the last 9 games of the season are home, and we have the 3-game road stretch. But then we have 3 out of the last 4 at home. So we're going to be 8-0 at home, of course. But I was going to say something about. We're going to get into a little bit about the turnover ratio for the Green Bay Packers. You know what that means? The turnover ratio. The ratio that means you get more than you give away, and the Packers have not been all that well at that positive side of the ball, Jeff.
No.
And I really believe that Eugene Robinson maybe has a great deal to do with this, his technique of practicing, catching the ball and throwing it hard and using your hands, and they're really doing well back there, ain't they?
Well, I think his leadership alone has helped out a lot. You listen to the cornerbacks out there, and that he's taught them a lot. You know, I mean, he is a great player also, but he's taught them a lot to how to go to the ball, how to do different things. And you also can remember with Santana Dotson bringing him up front, that's put a lot more pressure on the quarterback to make some bad throws.
That's right. Well, yeah, we don't have to have a lot of sacks. Oh, you can go like your sacks and Harry's knockdowns and stuff like that. So, well, you don't always have to knock him on his butt. You know, knock the quarterback down, not necessarily get a sack. Hurry rush him, make him throw the ball this way, that way. All kinds of cattywampus, and our defensive backs now and our linebackers are picking up the loose ends. And the fumbles and the INTs are coming away, and we're going to be. I don't know about the record. I don't care about that. As long as they keep on winning, they'll get their share of them. They're going to score. And the defensive guy said right now, get Brett the ball.
Yeah.
Just get Brett the ball.
If you get Brett the ball, he's going to make a lot of things happen. He's going to score a lot of points, and you're going to win the game.
Yes.
You know, the whole key to that is they're not turning the ball over much this year too.
That's right.
You know, they're bringing them in, but they're not letting them go, and that's been tremendous. You know, to go from last year being the worst in the NFL, setting a record for the fewest turnovers, you know, gained, to this year they've already got 27.
27, I believe, yes.
It's 12 more than they had last year in 16 games. It's just amazing.
It is really
just amazing.
It's very positive, very nice, and good field position. Them turnovers. When you get turnovers like that, it turns into great field position.
Oh, yes, it does.
And shortens the field. Then, you know, when you shorten the field, you know, in the NFL, it's hard to go 80 yards all the time and score touchdowns, or 90 yards or 70 yards. So, but if you can go 30, 40, 50 yards, most of the teams in the NFL can score touchdowns in 30 or 40-yard field. And Packers are, I don't know what, are they first in the red zone again?
They are second in the red zone.
Second in the red zone.
Washington is first.
Washington is first. How are we standing for third down conversions?
I don't know what place we're in, but I know we're right up.
I know we're not like last year. Last year we were first in both categories, but this year we're not first in red zone and first in third down conversions. But we're very good anyway.
Very close to the top either way you look at it.
Yes,
So they've done very well.
We're talking a little bit about last night. I watched some of the Packers shows, you know, and Bob Harlan was on there talking about Ron Wolf. And myself personally, I do not want Ron Wolf to leave. I hope that they can work out with the contract and the monies and things like this. Because I think he's got a good thing going up there, Jeff.
Well, I think Ron Wolf's the best thing that's happened to this organization in 30-some years.
In a long time.
He's brought in Mike Holmgren. He's let him do what he wants. They've brought in a lot of good players. I mean, most of the people that they have right now are draft choices.
Right.
They didn't go out and get too many. You know, a few here and there, but most of them have been just good drafting. You know,
right.
And Ron Wolf is a big part of that.
Well, we know he's had some bad things, but overall, I'd give Ron Wolf an A on his running the organization, his personnel, people he brought in, Coach Mike and everything else involved. And we are right now at the point of the Green Bay Packers are bringing in players. The people want to come to Green Bay. We almost got, what's his name from Eric Swan? We almost got the Eric Swan in here. And now I'm glad we didn't get Brian Cox.
Oh, as it
I'm
turns
glad
out,
we didn't get him. I'm glad we didn't get Yancey Thigpen, too.
Yeah.
Rison.
Andre Rison, yeah.
I'm glad we didn't do them two things.
When they talked about bringing in Cox, I didn't want him. He's too much of an attitude, and he's showing it in Chicago, how much trouble he's causing down there. And it would have been more bother than it's worth to have. I mean, he's a good player, but he's not worth it.
No, not worth the headache of, no, he's not worth the headaches of his attitude on the team.
No.
So do you have a favorite? You had like Robert Brooks. Who else do you like on the Packer team, Ben? Like any defensive guys? You like Eugene Robinson, or you like Leroy, or Craig Newsom, or Doug Evans, or any of them guys? Leroy Butler, very good. He's from Florida State. I think what they have. How many they got? I think they have 5. Speaking of Florida State, but I think they have 5 Notre Damers on their team, 4 or 5 Notre Damers on their team, and we're going to speak of Notre Dame. Derek Mays, number 80. He's going to get a lot of action coming up.
Yeah, I think right now they need to turn to him a lot more, especially with Brooks going down. He's going to move up to the number 3 spot in receiver, and I think he can do it. I think he'll do just fine. He's a big receiver, strong receiver. He's got
hands.
He's got very good hands.
He goes and gets it too.
He's just got to learn to run the routes a little bit crisper. He had the one last week that was a little suspect, but it turned out all right for him. And I mean, it was his first pass.
He's named Chris Jackie.
Yeah, I'd seen that, and but I think he'll come along just fine. Give him a little bit of time, and he's going to do some real good things.
We got to give kudos to Don Beebe.
Yeah, he had an excellent game.
Good say, who do you want to wait for somebody? How you doing out there? Say, hey, you Packer fans. We'll say hi to your schoolmates and stuff, and at the end of the show and stuff. But
Don Beebe's come up, and I honestly will say when training camp was going on, I didn't think he'd make the team. I thought they'd keep Anthony Morgan. Well, as it turns out, I'm glad they kept Beebe. He's been remarkable. He's been unbelievable.
Special team stuff, Jeff.
With the special teams, it's been great, but then he's come in on the offense, and the guy is fast. Unbelievable.
I could catch him. I could have caught him.
Yeah, with a car.
Oh, with a car. But yes, nice to have Don Beebe. Now with Don Beebe and Desmond Howard, them two guys that, like you said, maybe been on a bubble with the camp opening up. It sure is nice to know them two guys are here now.
Yeah, that goes back to Ron Wolf and Mike Holmgren again, where people were wondering what's going to happen with the wide receivers, and they ended up keeping the 2 that people really didn't expect. And I think it's paid off for them. I think they did a real good job of keeping the players.
We're going to talk about our offensive line a little bit. How about Gary Brown? I think Gary Brown is suspect. Gary Brown has been picked on by us as fans and by the media and by only his players know how talented he is, and his coaching staff know how talented. Oh, well, I got to give Gary Brown some credit. He's out there on an island, Jeff. That's Brett's backside and stuff so like this. So he's doing a pretty good job considering all aspects of the game over there.
No, I think he's doing pretty good. He's
learning.
He's not going to make the Pro Bowl. I mean, he's not a superstar, but he's holding his own. They're changing the scheme a little bit, leaving the tight end back to help him out a little bit more, and it's helping. But he's coming along. I mean, he's only had one really bad game, and that was the Viking game.
And you brought up a while ago about running the ball. Yes. Well, we're still. This is our best running team we've had in forever, and we should be able to take advantage of Tampa Bay. Use the tight ends again. Get involved with the tight ends this weekend, and the running game. I want to see Edgar have. I don't know. I guess we have to see how he is after his shoulder thing, but with Dorsey Levens and Travis Jervy and William Henderson, these guys, I want to see some ground games.
Yeah, I think you will. I'd actually like to see Bennett sit out the week if he's hurt a little bit. This is not a game where you really need him. I'd like to see him sit out and get healthy for that 3-game stretch we got coming up, the road games. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But I think they're going to be running the ball a little more.
Yes, let's get 175 yards on the ground and protect Brett Favre and let him. Brett Favre now doesn't have to. Well, he threw 61 times this past week.
That's way too.
I'll get 40 thing, but
that's way too
much for any offense. You're really not supposed to win when a quarterback throws 60 times. You're not supposed to win a ball game. Only time you basically win a ball game when a quarterback throws every time when you got great defense. And we have the #1 defense in the NFL, and it's going to stay that way throughout the season. But our defense is very solid. They're not going to run against us, or they're not going to pass against us too much. We're not #1 for nothing, and we're going to stay that way. And we got some very good talent on both sides of the ball. Aren't we a very talented team, depth-wise?
All around. I mean, it's unbelievable how much the defense has improved. I mean, every position is solid. The only spot they're a little bit weak on is the the dime defense for the cornerbacks, but they're doing fine. They're coming along well. But the whole defense is just playing. I mean, they made the big change this year in the linebackers. They moved them
I
around.
was just going to bring the linebackers up.
And that was a big change.
What great linebackers we have now. The quickness and the speed to the ball, alertness with the ball, and hold on to the ball and picking up the loose balls on the ground and stuff. I mean, with Brian Williams and Coots, and these guys, you know, and Wayne Simmons, which is really, I think, is having he's probably having a better of the. Well, you know, George's got interceptions, and Wayne is maybe more of a physical linebacker. He's really having a phenomenal year. And I don't know when the last time the Packers had a linebacker in a Pro Bowl. We're working on maybe one or two of them linebackers going to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I can honestly see possibly up to 6 defensive players making the Pro Bowl this year. You know, there's a good chance of it. I mean, the linebackers, all 3 of them, any one of them could make it.
Yes.
You know, Wayne Simmons has actually stepped up and played his number one capability.
Out of Clemson, hasn't he really played well?
And you know, he's played outstanding. And I mean, all the linebackers have been playing well. You know, they had the big controversy about who was going to be where, and all of a sudden they shuffled the whole thing up at the beginning of the year. And I tell you what, it's that speed out there. It's been great.
Playing for the Packers right now that we have in our squad.
That's right.
The best speed are playing right now.
That's right.
The position is filled with talent right at that linebacker.
Right. And they went to those 3, and there's no questions. They haven't nobody's doubted it once because all 3 have performed great.
Anyway, so what did you do this past? Without, you know, everybody says, "Well, Green, what do you do on a Sunday?" You know, with no Packer game, the bye week, and well, I made room for Simplicity. I bought one of them Packer Simplicity lawnmowers. I made room in my garage for one of them. Because the weather was nice. Also, you clean around the yard a little bit and do a little doodling around the yard and stuff. So I relaxed, took a walk and stuff. So, what did you two guys do with this bye week? We didn't play this past weekend. Do anything important? I know you watch Packer games when they're playing, but they were in the play this week. So, what did you do, Ben?
Played.
You played. Okay, that's good. You just keep it up.
No,
How did you played good? How about you, Jeff? What do you do in your
Not a
family?
heck of a lot. Got a little bored without having a game this weekend. A little antsy for the next week. But we just did a little yard work. Nothing much, you know.
I'm relaxing. Yeah.
Really wasn't any games on that were really that interesting to watch.
It was a bad schedule this week.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, I know. The whole best game of the week was Arizona hosting the ball. But that was, you know. So, how about, speaking of, you know, like I said, there was some bad matches this past weekend. This weekend is getting better now. Get back to the Houston Oilers. Isn't that sad, though? The Houston Oilers. They're playing so well. They're 5-2. They had the biggest crowd of the season. Well, it's a divisional game with the Steelers this past weekend and stuff, and they're going to be moving in a couple years. And I like to see them in the playoffs. I like to see the Houston Oilers in the Super Bowl against the Packers, and we'll beat them, of course. But that would really be nice. They have no fans in the stands, and they're leaving and everything else. And
Well, I guess as far as that goes, you really can't blame the fans to a point. I mean,
owners
you know, you got to blame the owners. I mean,
like Modell.
exactly. I mean, if the thing is, if you're going to move. Don't hold it for a couple of years. And then just sit there and tease them with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're averaging like 17,000 fans. I mean, I wouldn't go either if that's the case. I mean, if you're going to move your team, why go to the game?
Seattle might be moving. They're drawing very low attendance.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Seattle, I know there's a lot of cheeses up there in the Kingdom out there.
Yeah, I find
Do you have a cheese head?
No, but he does.
Yeah, me too. I have a cheese head. Maybe don't they make little cheese heads?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, aren't you proud to be a cheesehead? Be proud to be a cheesehead. So, but anyway, like you said, it was kind of boring this past week, and we didn't do much. I don't hunt or fish, nothing like that. So, I watched a couple of games. The Cow Pies lucked out again, and so be it. I'm not going to worry about them. I am not going to worry about the Cow Pies winning or losing because we have our own destiny in our own hands. We have the best team in the NFL, and we're going to show it to everybody week by week. We'll be 7-1 after this Sunday, and then we'll take it from there and continue going on towards the playoffs. And we as fans can say Super Bowl, but the players get fined if Coach Holmgren hears them say Super Bowl up there. So they have to watch. They can't say the S word up there, but we can. And we're on our way. One play at a time, though, Jeff. We got 9 games left. We got to maintain that healthiness. Now that's when it'll be crunch time now, Jeff, and things are starting to roll out right now, but don't start wearing and tearing on teams right now. And we have to stay healthy. Reggie stays healthy, and our defense stays healthy, and offensive line stays healthy now. They're just starting to gel maybe a little bit, and keep everybody healthy. And for the stretch run of 9 games, and come out on top, win our division, and go to the playoffs, having a home field advantage bye, and take it from there.
Yeah, right now, like you say, they hold their own destiny. I mean, all they got to do is keep winning their games, and they don't have nothing to worry about. You know, injuries is definitely the key to all different teams. if they stay healthy, you're gonna do some good. Even if you're not a great team, you're gonna do good if you stay healthy.
Right.
And Green Bay's been bothered by a little bit of injuries, but not too much. They've been pretty fortunate this year. I mean, they had the big hit this week, but they've been pretty fortunate. So it's a big key.
We're going to pick a score for the game this week. Go ahead, Benjamin. What do you think the score's going to be this week? You watch enough football with your dad, so you know what numbers are. Go ahead, give it a shot. What do you think?
46 to 20.
46 to 20. Very nice. Did you give them too many points, though? They're going to score. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to score 20. That's okay. As long as we score 46, we'll be fine. Okay, Jeff. What do you think?
Well, I think they're gonna. It's gonna be. You know, it's hard to say. I'd have to say it's going to be a high scoring for Green Bay. I'd have to look for somewhere around 37 to 3.
I'm going to say, guy at work. I go at work. You know, I talk to these guys at work. And well, today at work, I asked the guy. I do my own pick. I said, go ahead, pick a score for me. He come up with 35 to 7, which is a good score. And that's what I'm saying. 35 to 7. The Packers are going to win. We'll be 7-1 going into the following week. And healthiness, a home noon. I'll be going to the game, of course. And have you been to a game yet this year, Jeff?
Oh yeah, I've been to.
You been to games too this year?
No, I haven't, but he has.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been to 3 out of the 4,
Okay, go
or
ahead.
2 out of the 3.
I mean, what were you going to say? Someday maybe, huh?
We went to a game last year.
That kind of sucks that Robert Brooks is hurt.
For the year.
And I played football at school.
Yes.
It's about a 90-yard field.
90-yard field. You're fast. Huh?
Yeah.
Do you have a little fence or something like that you can leap up?
No.
No?
I can't.
You can't?
If I did, I would.
Yeah, you do. If you had one, you would, huh?
If I could, I would.
Yeah, if you could, you would. So, yeah, we have to figure about Robert and wish him well and rehab and stay with the program and lift his weights and get his leg healed and all that other stuff and rebound next year and best luck to him and hopefully he'll maybe come back sooner than later and hopefully he comes back healthy if he does come back. But that's Derek Mays and these guys got to step up now. Don Beebe now and Antonio Freeman and Mickens. I don't know, you talked about that before, Jeff, about Mickens. About that little ding up, little sprain he hasn't played in about forever.
I don't know. I think there's more to it than they're letting us know. I mean, Dan Marino just broke his ankle and's been back in 3 weeks, and we got him out for a sprained ankle now, and he's been out all year. I mean, I think there's something they're letting us know about, but now it's time to step up and play a little pain and get out there and play, because right now you need the extra guy.
He's got to be rusty as all get out.
Oh, I'm sure he is, but
if he plays practice much, he's got to be really rusty.
But I'm sure he's a little rusty, but you gotta get him back out there. And, maybe not put him out on the starting lineup, but get him out there and give him some plays here and some plays there. And
okay, Benjamin, we're gonna say hi to your classmates before you hit the road.
Hi.
Say hi to your mom or anybody, your grandma or anybody, grandpa.
No.
Say hi, go ahead, say hi to some folks out there.
Like,
You got a girlfriend?
you crazy?
Yeah. Yes, I am. Anyway, say hi to anybody out there.
Hi.
Well, don't you know any names out there? Say hi to Joe or Sam or Bill or anybody, your classmates. Well, okay, Jeff, go ahead, say hi to somebody. I know you know. You can say hi to somebody.
well, I'll just say hi to Adam and Tristan and Andrew.
Okay, I want to say hi to the Fat Man's bar. And this guy's across the street from me. He just went out to Vegas. I guess he put $2,000 on the Packers winning the Super Bowl. He's going to make a mint out there. Only kidding. I don't know what he did, but I guess he was out there. And, you're not going to get many odds against the Packers. You're not going to find anybody to bet against the Packers now. We're going to be really. We've got 9 games left, like I said before, 5 at home and all that stuff. We're going to wrap. We're going to come back 7-1. Go Green Bay. PACK-ERS. Thanks to my sponsors and thank everybody for watching. See you now. Bye. Thank you. Went fast.